AI, perhaps more than any other technology this century, will play a bigger role either in closing this economic divide or in exacerbating it. We need to make AI as effective in every language as it is in English, and today it is not. We need to build bridges between these summits. What will AI mean for my kids? AI, perhaps more than any other technology this century, will play a bigger role either in closing this economic divide or in exacerbating it and making it even wider. That is perhaps the single most important question for us, I would suggest today, as we think about the role of AI in the global South. How can we do better? Because we need to do better. What will it take? I think it's going to take a few things that will require that we all come together and work together. First, the obvious. We need to bring infrastructure to the global South. That means data centers and compute. It also means more connectivity. It means more electricity. That is going to take not only the world's best technology, it's going to require an enormous amount of investment. That's why we at Microsoft announced yesterday morning that we're on pace to spend $50 billion by the end of this decade to bring AI to the global South. And of all the countries in which we are investing, India, not surprisingly, is one of the largest. But we'll need to harness private capital, investments from tech companies, other sources of private capital, government funding. We'll need governments and others to generate demand for the use of AI in the global South, because that is the only way to get the wheels of the market spinning and to do what we need to do together. That's the first thing we need to do together. There's a second thing we need to do. We've talked about it here already today, and it is so clear when you study the history of technology. Infrastructure is not only hardware, it's not only wires and grids, it's skilling for people. Because the key to enabling a country and a population to use a general purpose technology at scale is to give people across the country access to the skills they need to put it to work. And that's why it's such good news that we see so many governments supported by the United Nations and supported by private companies investing in more skilling. It's actually something that should speak to all of us. Certainly, as a tech company, we're committed. We've launched through Microsoft Elevate new initiatives, including one we're announcing this week, Microsoft Elevate for Educators, to equip teachers with access to help their students learn how to use AI. But in the truth, it doesn't matter where you work. You have a role to play. Because the lesson of digital technology, I was an example of this, was that it took employers to open their doors to computing. It takes employers today to open their doors to new AI tools. It will take employers to invest in the skilling of their employees. It's not just for the next generation, it's for every generation that this fully matters. Then there's a third challenge for the global South. We need to make AI work effectively for the global South, and that requires some special initiatives, at least two. First, we need to make AI as effective in every language as it is in English, and today it is not. Performance tests show that's the case. That's why one of the good things to come out of this week is new announcements to invest upstream in better data in other languages, to provide better tools and measurement systems for AI that is built in other languages, to build out data provenance with a view to linguistic diversity, diversity that we need to advance around the world. And we need to use AI in the global South to solve the problems that matter to the global South. Oftentimes, as we're doing here in India, that's about improvements in agriculture, or as a number of partners, including Microsoft, are doing this week, launching a new initiative to address food security across Africa. These are just two of the myriad of opportunities we have to put AI to work in ways that will bring faster benefits to countries in most of the world. If we do those three things well, build infrastructure, invest in skilling, address real world problems, then I think it may create the foundation to think more and do more about the question I am willing to bet will be a bigger part of the conversation in the next few AI summits. What will AI mean for the future of work and jobs? Within these walls, I think we're mostly enthusiastic about the future of AI. But outside these walls, I think we need to recognize that increasingly around the world, and especially in some countries, many parents are asking a common question. What will AI mean for my kids? What will AI mean for my family? What will AI mean for our future? I get it that some people are excited and they'll do well, but what about us? Us, meaning most of the people who live on this planet. I think we have something to prove. I think we have something to prove not only to communities and countries and our customers, but to ourselves that we can not only embrace but pursue a brighter future for people. It's great to come to conferences like this and hear people talk about all of the advances in technology, but let's remember one other thing as well. Human capability is neither fixed nor finite. It's great to think about what it would mean to have computers in a data center that would be like a country of geniuses, but let's also recognize this. Compared to the people who lived in the Bronze Age, all of you, all of us, are already geniuses. Whenever technology advances, it creates a new platform, a new foundation that enables people to stand taller and reach higher if and only if we're committed to using that technology well. As AI makes it possible to cure more diseases, then it is right that we expect that it will improve human health. As we use AI already every day to find faster answers, it gives us the opportunity to ask more questions. The fundamental fuel of human capability has always been the same: curiosity. We need to look at AI as the next great generator for human curiosity. And we need to take some inspiration because we all know the world could use a little more inspiration. As we come away from this AI summit, it reflects so much progress, but I would say one thing as well. Each of these AI summits is a proud moment for a great nation. But we have an opportunity. Rather than have summits that are islands that are disconnected from the summits before or that follow, we need to build bridges. We need to build bridges between these summits. We need to define clear goals. We need to have common measurement systems. And every year, we need to ask the same question. Did we make 12 months of progress in the year that just preceded our meeting? How can we build on that progress to do more and move faster in the year ahead? For those of us who come to these meetings in different countries every year, I hope we will take that away. Let's aim higher, not just for technology, but for what technology can do for people. Let's be clear in defining what we want to accomplish. Let's put in place the ability for us to measure our progress and all hold ourselves accountable as a global community. If we can do these things, then we can use these summits and we can use this next generation of technology to build a better world. I know that's what we within these walls want us ourselves to do. But even more than that, I know that the people outside these walls are hoping and expecting us to do just that. Thank you very much.